Hey, look at this, another clickbait title. Shut up. At least this clickbait title is true. So anyway, I wasn't really sure if I was going to make a video on this particular PC because I have another one coming in that's slightly better, a little bit more expensive, but slightly better, and I'm actually returning this. So I didn't really want to make a video on something that I'm going to return. So I'm not really going to go over the actual PC and how I like the PC. What I am going to do is actually go over my experience of using a PC when I've been using a Mac that is literally, let me move this coffee out of the way so I don't spill it on my $3,700 Mac, which I kind of regret getting. Anyway, there we go. So I've been using Mac to do my YouTube videos with for like a long time, and I've also been using Mac even before I was a YouTuber. I just always been using Mac basically, like ever since high school, actually middle school. So anyway, recently I switched from the PlayStation 4, which I still have in that box back there, my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I got the Xbox Series X, which I think you can see right on the corner right here. And in that video of me switching to the Xbox Series X, or Xbox One X, not the Series X, that's not out yet, I had a lot of people saying, oh, PC Master Race. And then, you know, I always see that. Obviously, it's everywhere. Go and look on any gaming channel and you'll see that comment. So I was like, you know what the hell? Let me get a gaming PC and see what that's about. Because apparently, PC Master Race. Now, before you say, Mark, what are you, a noob? Why'd you get a pre-built PC? Listen, I know building your own PC is cheaper, okay? But with my luck, I'll break it. Okay? Now, that's not to say I will never build a gaming PC, just not now. I'm lazy. And I'll probably break it, so yeah. So anyway, let's talk about the PC a little bit. It is an HP Omen 30L, so that means that there are 30 liters of space inside worth upgrading. It's a pretty nice case actually. It has the Ryzen 7 3700X along with an RTX 2060 and 16 gigabytes of this awesome RGB RAM. And let's be honest, is a gaming PC really a gaming PC without RGB? No. Now the 2060 isn't exactly, you know, the best. It's kind of far from it, but to be honest, I was actually surprised on how well it plays games. I was playing Forza Horizon 4? The newest Forza Horizon game that came out. Totally forgot what number it is. Anyway, I was playing that 4K maxed out and I was getting over 60 frames per second, so hey, that's good. And in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, I was doing a 1440p fully maxed out, and I was still getting around 75, 80 FPS. But I don't really care about maxed out resolution. I care more about FPS because we'll get into that later. But yeah, if I have the settings that I currently use, I'm getting like 125, 130 frames per second in Call of Duty. And yeah, man, it's let me tell you, when you first see a true high frames per second game, dude, it's so different. Oh my god. But we'll get into that later, like I said. Now, obviously, taking a look inside of the PC, I can already hear the cries of many PC builders. The wires. I know, I get it. The wires, they're not pretty. But honestly, they don't block the airflow. In fact, I think Linus Tech Tips a year or so ago made a video with like comparing like a bunch of wires on the inside of the computer, and then also comparing wires that are nice and hidden. And that honestly didn't really impact how the PC performed. Now, obviously, it's better when a PC with a see-through glass is nice and clean inside. I get that, but the wires don't really affect the performance of the computer. The thermals are nice, and I mean, it just doesn't look pretty. But like I mentioned, I do have a better PC coming in with amazing wire management. I think MKBHD did a video on them. You guys will see that soon. So let's get into the gaming part, because this is a gaming PC and I got it for gaming, so let's talk about it. So obviously, whenever you get a gaming PC, or really any PC that you're going to play games on, not necessarily a gaming PC, the first thing you want to do is actually try out mouse and keyboard. My dudes, I suck. I cannot understand how people play mouse and keyboard. This hand hurts so bad. It feels like I'm doing finger gymnastics on this hand, because this is the keyboard hand. It feels like I'm doing finger gymnastics, trying to maneuver around the keys, hit different keys at the same time. Dude, this bone right here hurts. I'm pressing down on it and it hurts. I think I broke something when I was playing Call of Duty. This bone hurts so bad right now, and I don't get it. This hand is obviously the mouse hand. This hand goes numb like once every 15 minutes. Then I gotta shake it out. put it on the mouse again, play a little bit, it goes numb again. Am I not built for this? How do you guys do it for like hours on end? I don't get it. I mean, I am getting slightly better as the day goes on, you know, but it's just not comfortable, dude. Like, controller is so much more comfortable, but comfortable does not mean better. Aiming with a mouse is so much easier. Like, I've been getting headshots like nothing. In fact, in about the week and a half that I had this computer, I had more headshots than like years on console, dude. It's like every other shot is a headshot. It's insane how accurate it is to aim with a mouse. Now, movement, the actual movement of your character, better on controller 100%. It's just not comfortable to use buttons to move. It's just weird. It feels like I'm using those, like that old PS1 controller with no analog sticks. You have to move using the D-pad. That's kind of how I feel whenever I play on a PC. So controller is definitely more comfortable to move on, but the mouse is so much more accurate. So anyway, I got tired of only having 3 kills and 100 deaths in every single game. So I decided, hey, let me get a gaming monitor. Maybe I'll do better. I don't know what my reasoning was, but I did, because that gaming monitor right there, if you can even call it that, is 4K 60 Hz. And in my strong opinion, if you're going to be playing on PC and you're only playing on 60 Hz, you're kind of missing out on the benefits of PC, because consoles can do 60 Hz or 60 FPS. But a gaming PC, like, dude, it can do so much more. So obviously, buy a gaming monitor to take advantage of that. So I got this LG something something something. Gaming monitor names are longer than my will to live, so I'll just post the name right here for you guys to see. Basically, it's 1440p, 144 Hz, 1 millisecond response time, the whole shebang. So when I first started gaming on this gaming monitor with this PC setup, I was blown away. Okay, for all you blind people out there, I'm blind also, I wear contacts. Remember the first time you put your glasses on? And then you were like, whoa, this is how things look like? That was me when I plugged this in and I played Call of Duty. Dude, it's so nuts. It feels fake. It feels like you're in the game. Literally, there's no way of explaining it other than like it's high refresh rate. The funny thing is, I've used 120 Hz panels on phones like the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. But the thing is that like 120 Hz on a screen this big is different than a screen this big. So obviously using it on a phone, you don't really notice. I mean, you notice it, but it's not like wow, you know? But on a 27-inch monitor that's like this far away from your face, bro, you notice it, okay? You definitely notice it. So the very first game that I got the monitor in, I swear, I was automatically doing better. Like every single game that I was playing, I was doing better. I got 71 kills. So I went from having 3 kills in 100 deaths, for example, to having the most amount of kills, 71, and then an average of about 35 to like 45 kills every single game. Now I fully understand why people praise high refresh rate over resolution, because resolution doesn't mean anything at all. High refresh rate is literally what helps you get better at the game. Now, from what I keep hearing from console players such as myself, they get mad at PC players because of mouse and keyboard. It's not fair. Mouse and keyboard is a huge advantage to controllers. That's what I keep hearing, okay? And I always used to think the same way. But to that, I say, no. The biggest advantage in Call of Duty is 2 things, very simple. High refresh rate, field of view. Those 2 things outperform anything else. I have no idea why you cannot change the field of view on Call of Duty on consoles. It's so punched in. So like, for example, on consoles, if you're running forward, your field of view is, for example, like here, right? But on PC, you can change the field of view to be like here. So on consoles, you're running forward, you might not even see the enemy that sees you because his field of view is wider than your field of view. That is like the biggest advantage ever. Like that, I think that's a bigger advantage than having a high frames per second. And on top of that, if you have a wide field of view and high frames per second, bro, you're god. You're unstoppable. Unless you run into a freaking claymore, which I hate so much. And on top of that, if you are playing high FPS, not only is your field of view wider, but you'll also see the enemy faster because your screen rate is refreshing faster. Bro, those 2 things are, you're playing God mode, dude. And console players think mouse and keyboard is the reason why they keep losing. Bro, no. The one thing I don't like about PC, and this one I knew since ever, you have to update drivers for like everything. Like there's an audio driver you might have to update. There's a trackpad driver if you're using a laptop. I had a brain fart. There's graphics drivers. If you want to change out graphics from NVIDIA to AMD, you got to delete the NVIDIA drivers and then re-download the AMD drivers. There's drivers for everything. And some of them might not. There's a BIOS update. You might have to update your BIOS sometimes. It's like, dude, that's a little too much. On Mac, there's just one update. You just click download and then it just does everything that it needs to do. So I think Mac is definitely more user-friendly, which is also, you know, kind of sucks because it's so limiting. I mean, Jesus, it's really limiting, but it's good for work, and that's what I use the Mac for. Anyway, the PC is super fun to play on. I think, you know, it's fun to play on, but definitely expensive. Like a console will always be better bang for your buck, especially these upcoming consoles that will do ray tracing 4K 60 native for under $500 or 500 and under. You cannot build a PC with those exact specs. I'm talking about the SSD speeds. I'm talking about the CPU, the GPU. You just cannot build a PC that is equivalent to price or a little bit under for these upcoming consoles. I think Jay's 2 cents did a video on it, and he said that it's not even possible to build a PC with those same specs. So these upcoming consoles, man, they are, yeah, man, they're powerful. So consoles will always have their place in the universe, but definitely PC is just, it's fun if people want to tinker with it, basically. So if you guys want to see some gameplay, maybe I could probably stream sometimes. I don't know, I kind of suck at streaming, because if I know someone's watching me, dude, I do bad. I don't know how streamers do it, dude. It's too much pressure. But anyway, if you guys want that, I guess let me know in the comments below. I'll think about it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, click that like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.